What's going on, guys? Beastly Gamer here. Now, I know you guys didn't see this coming. I didn't see it coming. Nobody saw this coming. Oculus Rift has been in development now for a number of years. We've seen it go through different iterations and get closer and closer to the conception of a masterful piece of VR headset for the PC. And it was looking as if this thing would be out and potentially able to be purchased by the consumer within the next year or so. Who knows now, because Oculus VR has just been purchased by Facebook. That is right, guys. Mark Zuckerberg, that little bastard, has bought up Oculus VR, and they plan on doing some pretty interesting things with it. Who knows how well this is going to work out. Hopefully it works out really well for everybody, but this is just out of left field news that I did not expect to hear or read up on. And this article, guys, is on fortune.com. There will be a link in the description. I want to give you guys the gist of this, but let's just say, to say the least, this is very interesting news, and they can potentially have a huge lead over the PlayStation Project Morpheus at this point, just for the pool of Facebook. People love Facebook. People use it all the time, and who knows? Let's see what's going to happen. Facebook buys Oculus VR, a virtual reality gaming company, for $2 billion. Zuckerberg views gaming headset as a new communications platform. So they're going to do things other than, the VR gaming and things of that nature. They want to actually use this as a communications hub, which could, take us into that next frontier of, Star Trek type of holodeck, being somewhere with other people and interacting with them, but not being in the same physical location. Who knows how this is going to work? Facebook's deals are becoming the stuff of legend. In the last few months alone, Mark Zuckerberg has spent $19 billion on a messaging app and reports that he's paying $60 million for a drone company. Today he announced Facebook's latest head-scratcher. Get this? $2 billion for Oculus VR, the maker of the virtual reality headset called Oculus Rift. It makes the third time Facebook has paid $1 billion or more for a company with little or no revenue. With plans for it to operate independently, Oculus has sold 75,000 pre-orders for the development kits, which cost $350, giving it approximately $26 million in income. Facebook will pay $400 million in cash, with 23.1 million shares of Facebook common stock valued at $1.6 billion. So, the guys at Oculus are pretty well off at this point. That's pretty easy to say. In addition, the deal includes a $300 million earn-out in cash and stock. Oculus got its start on Kickstarter, but went on to raise $93.4 million in venture funding. So they have a lot of people fortifying them and showing a lot of faith in what Oculus can do. And obviously, Mark Zuckerberg and these guys over at Facebook, the brains behind the billions, have noticed that this thing could really take off, and they bought the company. Is Oculus Facebook's answer to Google Glass? Is it the social network's desperate attempt to inject itself with fresh innovation? Is it a cynical play for Oculus VR's legendary CTO, John Carmack? Does Facebook want to fill a Zynga-shaped hole in its games-related revenue? These are all valid questions. According to a Facebook post from Zuckerberg himself, he views Oculus Rift as a communications platform. The company and its 75 employees will operate independently from Facebook and continue its path of developing a platform for virtual reality games. But Facebook's vision for Oculus is much bigger than games. After games, we are going to make Oculus a platform for many other experiences. Imagine a courtside seat at a game. Imagine studying in a classroom of students and teachers all over the world, or consulting with a doctor face-to-face just by putting on goggles in your home. The team at Oculus echoed Zuckerberg's sentiment in their own blog post. At first glance, it might not seem obvious why Oculus is partnering with Facebook, a company focused on connecting people, investing in internet access for the world, and pushing an open computing platform. But when you consider it more carefully, we're culturally aligned with a focus on innovating and hiring the best and brightest. We believe communication drives new platforms. We want to contribute to a more open, connected world, and we both see virtual reality as the next step. On a conference call discussing the deal, Oculus CEO Brendan O'Brien said the company solved a lot of hard problems around gaming and entertainment. The potential for a social experience through virtual reality became obvious. Something fundamentally changes, and you start to realize how big this could be if you could see someone else. If you can actually look at them and your brain believes they're right in front of you, not through a screen. You get the goosebumps. You see how big this could be and how social it is, and the impact it could have on other industries, O'Brien said. Antonio Rodriguez, an investor with Matrix Partner, an early investor in Oculus Rift, noted that Zuckerberg isn't alone in his thinking that the next major step in computing will be virtual reality. We've had a short hop through the augmented reality with things like Google Glass, he said, but a lot of non-gaming use cases are tethered to the smartphone. Much if they want to make something a success, it would be pretty hard for that to be a failure. Now that we know the Oculus Rift is part of the Facebook family, it will see much more use than it would have initially as a standalone VR headset for PCs. Now it's going to be tethered to new Facebook apps. I'm sure that they're going to open up new divisions centered around what the Oculus Rift can do. And who knows if they're going to push this into the education realm. I think it'd be amazing if they were able to utilize this tech to, for educational purposes. If they were able to do things like this in high schools, middle schools, for children to experience things that they, in other words, would never have an opportunity to do. Imagine, being in space. Imagine being in the desert. Imagine being underwater. There's plenty of, opportunities with this. I'm just curious to see exactly how they're going to push the VR gaming now that it's a Facebook-owned company, because Facebook is not known for, games, not necessarily other than Flash stuff. You guys let me know what you think about this. Is Facebook buying Oculus VR a good move for Oculus Rift? Does that, make you want it more or want it less? I want to know what you guys think. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.